and good evening. I'm Cher Ofstedahl, Chief Executive Officer of the Children's Foundation of America. Since 2005, our organization has supported children affected by abuse, neglect, or abandonment. The Children's Foundation is dedicated to bringing normalcy to trauma-affected children so they may lead healthy, productive lives. I'd like to welcome you to Home for the Holidays, our Holiday Heroes virtual gala, made possible by our presenting sponsor, Claremont Lincoln University. Each year, more than 400,000 children enter foster care or other out-of-home programs due to circumstances beyond their control. Tonight, we're hoping you'll help us bring hope and joy to these children. To a child who has been removed from their family, the little things can mean so much, like receiving that one toy they've been wanting all year, or simply knowing someone is thinking of them. Our annual Holiday Heroes campaign raises funds for thousands of children in need and uses those funds to provide holiday gifts and festivities, as well as support year-round. Please take a moment to visit our website at childrensfoundationofamerica.org/Holiday Heroes to learn more and to make a donation. We also hope you'll participate in our online auction by bidding on one or more of the wonderful items generously provided by our community sponsors. Bidding concludes December 6th, 2020. Thank you to our gold level sponsor, Valerie Martinez and VMA Communications.
We all just got a big Christmas gift, and it was a trampoline, and it's a memory I kept since today.
Getting together with my family. It was this big pizza truck that I got, and it was my favorite Lego series.
This segment of our program is sponsored by Claremont Toyota. Manny Lopez entered foster care when he was just 18 months old and was placed in 7 different resource family homes during his adolescence. Manny is an example of turning trauma into triumph, and today he leads a business consulting firm which has been featured on NBC, The Huffington Post, and Inc. magazine. Now a husband and father of 3, Manny uses his business savvy to fund his passion project, From Orphan to CEO, where Manny teaches entrepreneurship to at-risk youth and youth who are aging out of the foster care system.
From the start, it was hard, it was dark. At 18 months, me and my sister was left in a car. I was a foster kid, but I changed that, no. I believe it was meant to be. I went from an orphan to CEO. Orphan, the CEO, foster kids.
So my story starts at about 18 months. I was left in a car, me and my sister. Shortly after that experience, we're both put into foster care. And we bounced around to many homes. They were told that 7 different homes that we were trying to be placed into, and suffering everything from malnutrition, abuse, neglect, and even torture. I have a scar on my chest from being held down and burnt with a lit cigarette at probably 2 to 3 years old. And these things, they're still happening today in the foster care system. And we need organizations like Children's Foundation of America to be able to bring these types of resources, bring this type of awareness of what these kids need. I mean, a lot of my focus is really taking my story and trying to inspire more people with that. A lot of the focus that I've seen is where a lot of these kids that are ending up aging out, they're turning 18 or 21, depending on the state. They're now on their own. Within a very short amount of time, within about a year, more than half of them are ending up dead, homeless, or in jail. And, coming from my story and finding a mentor, finding somebody that says, Manny, you can build your own dream, and showed me how to do it, made it possible. Right? We need people to surround ourselves with that teach us that it's possible, teach us that we can go out there and take our gifts and people will love them and people will be excited to hear about them, right? A lot of these kids that I come across when I'm talking to these kids that are in foster care, they don't feel hope. They don't feel loved. They don't feel like they're part of a family in a lot of places. And so what we need to do is surround these kids with people who believe in them, right? I felt the same way. By the time I was 24, I was homeless twice. And I didn't really feel like I had much value. Everyone around me, including what I called family, would tell me, no, that's not for you. That's, it's not going to be possible for you. No, you shouldn't do that. That's even my own counselors in school said, no, college is not going to be for you. You shouldn't even apply. And, at a young age, when everyone surrounds you and tells you it's not possible, you start to believe it, right? And you keep going through these cycles of abuse and chaos and wondering, why me? Why do I have to keep suffering? And so, looking at just a young age, at 21, 22 years old, I met this guy named Gale. And I was working this 9-to-5 job. And he said, Manny, you gotta stop building someone else's dream. It's time to build your own dream. I'd spent years working at that place, and he was just instilling in this concept of being too blessed to be stressed, where no matter the chaos I'm going through, because there's always going to be chaos. There's always going to be something I can look at and say, my life sucks because of that, right? But this guy, Gale, my first mentor, he told me, Manny, you got to be too blessed to be stressed. Look, you have a beautiful wife at home. You've got kids that love you. You've got a roof over your head. You've got food to be able to eat. You've got running water. You've got electricity. You've got all of this opportunity for you to succeed. All you have to do is know that it's possible. And so we have to get these kids to see that. And I love organizations like this because it really shows these kids how possible it is for them to build their own dream. And so, things like this is what we need to be supporting. We need to be putting our kids through these types of programs so they know that there is somebody out there that believes in them. And the thing that my mentor used to always tell me is, surround yourself with people who are already influential to the markets you want to reach. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you like to sing, maybe you like to just create something and build something, maybe you're an engineer, right? Find people that have already succeeded in those arenas, learn from them. They'll show you how it is possible. So many times, everybody around me told me, no, 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 no. Then I found somebody that actually accomplished that. And I said, how do you do that? And they said, well, here's how. You just got to do this, this, and this. If you need any help, I'll show you how to do it, right? That's mentorship. Then you got to find entrepreneurship. That's a vehicle for you to build your own dream. You don't have to wait for permission to build someone else's dream. Yes, you can actually build your own. And so taking that concept, mentorship, entrepreneurship, and combining it with faith as a foundation for the success coming from the ability for you to take that dream and serve the world with it, you'll be astounded by the opportunities that you'll find. So stay too blessed to be stressed, my friends, and go serve your way to success. Thank you.
What an incredible story of transformation and hope. I will be remembering Manny's motto, too blessed to be stressed, in my own life. In honor of our former CEO's retirement earlier this year, the Children's Foundation of America established the John and Karen Neiuber Scholarship Fund. John and his wife Karen devoted decades to education before John served as CEO of Advanced Education Services, Trinity Youth Services, and Children's Foundation of America. Upon his retirement, John became chair of the Foundation's Board of Trustees. And it's now my pleasure to introduce John Neiuber.
I want you to think about your own college education. Think about how your education was paid for. Your parents, working, loans, scholarships and grants. And think about the support system you had in place to help you through college. For the vast majority of us, that was a close-knit, supportive family. In 2018, 34% of college costs came from parents, outpacing the 28% covered by scholarships and grants, and 24% paid for by loans. Now think about doing all that without financial assistance and little to no family support. Now you are standing in the shoes of a foster child. Every student's story is different. but the financial gap in paying for college is a challenge, and even more so for a former foster child. By providing sufficient scholarship assistance, we can enable greater success in college, providing backing for deserving students who want to graduate with a degree and give back to society. The support that students receive from their own community instills a greater sense of belonging and motivation to make it through their higher education. As a community, we can step in and be a parent to these foster youth. We can provide them with the support they so desperately need to change their future and the low expectations that society and youth have had for themselves. Join me in helping these young people. Be a parent they never had. Be that support for their future. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Henry Montano, recipient of a scholarship from the Children's Foundation of America.
My name is Henry Montano, and I'm a scholarship recipient of the Children's Foundation of America. Prior to the scholarship, I was entering college, and I knew it was going to be a big jump and a big step financially, especially since I started going to a private college in Hollywood, Los Angeles Film School. And then when I found out about the scholarship, it was kind of like a relief and kind of like a weight taken off my chest, knowing that there's like a help that I can get. At Trinity, honestly, it helped me a lot. Also kind of felt like a family because I didn't really have like one of my own, and then just having staff that like loved and cared about me, and whenever I needed advice, they were there for me. Counseling there was honestly such a big help for me too. And everyone was just so friendly and such a big help to like build me up to the person I am now. Now, I'm currently going to Los Angeles Film School, and it's an adventure. Since it's in Hollywood, it's really exciting. I live in LA. That's another exciting thing. The traffic sucks, but it's exciting, just like all the adventures that each day can bring. Yeah, and then just right now I'm working at the Cheesecake Factory in Redondo Beach. One of the perks that I love the most about that job is the sunsets, since it's on the water. Like you just see the sun going down every day. It's just honestly like kind of magical. Photography, I took it in high school for 3 years, and each year I just kept developing more skills and like more aspects and different views to see stuff. I entered a contest in high school, and I came back from the weekend on a Monday, and turns out that I was the winner of the competition, digital art. And I was just shook, and I was like, this gave me so much confidence, like, wow, people really do like my art, and this is something like maybe I can also look into in the future. Last year I was struggling financially because I got into a car accident. I was just freaking out and really scared and nervous, like, because I needed a car, especially in LA. And once I reached out to you guys, and you guys were like, yeah, we'll sure help, like, that was just such a relief. It made me so happy, and I was able to get my car fixed, and it was just a blessing. Recently, I had the situation where someone broke into my apartment and stole a few things. My laptop was one of them. It had like all my information and like schoolwork and all that. So when that was stolen, it was like, I was scared because like that's a big important thing. Also very expensive. And I just didn't really know what to do, and I was struggling for a while. And when I contacted the foundation and you guys said that you guys would help, it was just like my heart literally skipped a beat. And I was like, no way, like, wow. So and then today I'm picking it up and I'm just like smiling. My cheeks are about to start hurting because I'm so happy to see it. And yeah, it's just pretty much, it's like the foundation has helped me through a lot of stuff. Just this program, this whole the Children's Foundation is literally such a blessing for anyone that is able to get it. And if you're able to submit an application, you should, because this is has been life-changing, to be honest.
This segment of our program is sponsored by Hub International, AMC Solutions, Image Source, and Cisco Riverside. Each year, The Children's Foundation of America hosts a holiday gift drive for children in need. Although the COVID-19 pandemic has us doing things a bit differently this year, you can visit our giving tree at the Montclair Place Mall and say hello to Santa. Or you can donate gifts at one of our many collection sites. For a listing of drop-off locations or to view our Amazon wish list, visit childrensfoundationofamerica.org/holiday heroes. Next, we have a message from Francisco, a 12-year-old boy who had been identified by his school as needing assistance. His mother had been struggling and the two of them were living in a motel. Thanks to services like the Children's Foundation of America's Holiday Heroes campaign and other wonderful community programs, this family is receiving the help they need to get back on their feet, and Francisco is experiencing the normalcy every child deserves, especially at Christmas time.
Hi, my name is Francisco. I'm 12 years old and I'd like to thank the people who made this possible and meet them. I can't thank you enough. You've made my Christmas dreams to have lots of presents at my new house on my first tree. Thank you so much. Sincerely, Francisco. Thank you.
Thank you to all our gift drive partners for making a happy holiday possible for children in need this Christmas time. To help support our Holiday Heroes campaign, please visit childrensfoundationofamerica.org/holiday heroes. And remember, you can also support by participating in our online auction. Bidding concludes December 6th.
Making the tree with my granny. Painting the snowman with my granny. I'm opening our presents. And playing out snow. The one up at that side. Opening our presents.
This segment of our gala is brought to you by Sharon Nagel. Nancy Mogy is a former foster youth who proves that it only takes one caring adult to change the life of a child in need. From failing classes to becoming a Forbes 30 Under 30 scholar, she is the perfect example that it doesn't matter where you start, only where you're going. Nancy is now a foster care advocate with the hope of changing the stigma foster youth face and helping them feel loved and supported. Now, Nancy Mogy.
Hi, my name is Nancy Mogy. I am 20 years old and I am a former foster youth. Growing up, I didn't have the easiest childhood. I was jealous of a lot of other kids who were able to come home to a secure, loving home and not have to worry about being beaten and be able to have a hot meal to look forward to. That wasn't my reality. My mother was less of a mother and more of a live-in nightmare. My father was a drug dealer and was deported by the time I was 5 years old, so I didn't have a relationship with him. And my whole life, I just kind of felt like I was constantly clinging on to the day, but never really was looking past the day or towards my future. It wasn't until I was 13 that my life really began to spiral. I was suicidal, depressed, anxious. All the years of trauma, sexual and physical abuse were catching up to me, and I didn't feel like living anymore. I wasn't getting help. I had called the police when I was 12 years old, and my mother was able to convince them that I was a liar and I was just a troubled teen, and that all the hardest things that I dealt with weren't true. It really wasn't until I went into the foster system that I felt like I finally had a pair of ears to listen to me. I remember I had a social worker show up to my school, and this was the first time I had someone sit down and say, I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to trust you and you are safe. It was at that moment I began to feel overwhelmed that I had to continue telling my story, the story that I had been told was a lie my whole life. And it was at one point that I had one of my social workers tell me, look at this as all the angels around you, lifting you up with their wings so one day you can fly. That was all I needed to hear to realize the abundant amount of support I had around me and that I was no longer alone. And I began to look forward to my future. I got assistance in high school within my academics. I had hope for college, and here I am into my last year of college, looking back and realizing I am in something that I never thought would have happened. Even sitting here telling my story with the composure I have right now was never something I'd be able to do without breaking down years before. All it took was a pair of ears and a pair of angels to listen to me and to trust me. Without them, I don't know where I'd be, whether it'd be, in jail, whether it'd be on the streets, whether it'd be no longer here. With that being said, I urge you this holiday season to use your wings, to lift up a child that didn't have a choice of being in the situation they were put in, a child that doesn't have a home to go to, a pair of arms to be in, or even have a hot meal of food waiting for them, and security. By using your wings and your voice, you could make a difference in this child so they could one day use their wings like I am now. And I thank you for making a difference.
Thank you once again to our Holiday Heroes sponsors, and special gratitude to our presenting sponsor, Claremont Lincoln University. And thanks to all of you watching at home. Your support makes a significant, lasting difference in the lives of children in need. Please remember to donate on our website at childrensfoundationofamerica.org/Holiday Heroes. And don't forget to participate in the online auction, which you can also access through the website. Bidding concludes December 6th, 2020. Here's wishing you all a holiday season filled with joy, surrounded by those you love and cherish. Stay well and stay safe.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy